Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Southern Angels Stamping. My name is Tammy. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a project or a couple of little projects I did, and this is for a challenge giveaway. Her name is Krystal Rose, and I will put her channel link down below. And she's been holding a giveaway for this whole month, and she wanted you to decorate a small gift bag and a tag or an ATC with your info on it, and do a VR for an extra entry, and it has to be mailed in by the 23rd. Now, I already did a little VR just to show you her channel. So now I want to show you what I have created to send in to her. So this is you may have, if you had already seen some of my paper pumpkin cards, you may have already seen this card, but this is the card that I created that I was wanting to send to her because it matches everything else. So I make this to go along with hers, and it is from the fall paper pumpkin. So because I did everything in the fall and the pumpkins, so I'm kind of going with that pumpkin theme. A lot of people did Halloween, some people did some other themes, so I went with like fall and pumpkins. So I like pumpkins, and I like fall. So this is what I created for the thing. But yeah, I just went with this is from last paper pumpkin that we had. And then inside it says, if friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. I'm gonna leave it blank. I'll stick a note in here, and I'm gonna leave it blank so that way she can resend this card if she like. But it does have my information, the Stampin' Up logo on the back. Okay, so put that aside. And then here is the bag that I created for her. And I just used some ribbons. These are all ribbons that have been on clearance. I don't know if they're still on there. Actually, some of these ribbons right here, actually from a past paper pumpkin. But this ribbon, these two ribbons here were on clearance. Don't know if they're still there. But this was an orange ribbon that looked like this. And I've had this ribbon for a couple of years on a paper pumpkin kit from a fall one. And I used my blends to color it and make it darker. I used pumpkin pie, and then I used old olive. And look how nice it colored up, because this ribbon is like a seam binding ribbon. And it's just so light and flowy. I love it. So I have been using this for 2 years. They gave us so much ribbon in that kit, and I still got lots to use. And I love using that this time of the year. And I like to color it too, as you see, because it just colors up nicely. I didn't know it would color up with the old olive so nicely, and look, it did, just very nicely. So I made a ribbon on there and a bow, and then I've got some other things. I've made pumpkins on here, and the pumpkins are from, here it is. It has dies that go along with it, and I'll probably have to hunt for them as well. Unless they're over here with my dies. My goodness. All right, I don't want to hunt. Okay, here they are. It has dies, and this is the set, and I have really been having a good time. We've got a class coming up this Saturday, actually, we're going to be doing with this, and it's just beautiful. And that's what the stamps look like. So I ended up using that a lot in this, mixed with the paper pumpkin and some, like I said, and some stuff that was on clearance. So that's that pumpkin there, and that's that pumpkin there. And I used some gold and embossing and stuff. So Now this was something that actually was not a Stampin' Up. I thought it was when I started using it, and then I found out it wasn't. It was like this glitter paper I had, and then I realized, oh wait a minute, that's not Stampin' Up product. And so anyway, but I went ahead and used it anyway because it was so pretty. But I embossed, gold embossed on all this. This was all from a paper pumpkin that you can see back here. Paper pumpkin, this little bit right here, which I hope I got it stuck in there real good. This checkered paper, oh my goodness, I love it, and I wish they had it out again, but that's from last year, but I've still got a lot of it, and so it looked so good with this. It's so pretty at fall time, so I used it again. Oh, and the bag, I used these basic pattern decorative mats, and they're like this, and this was the pattern I used right here, and I used with inks, and then I turned it over and used it on the back, and I just sprayed it with some water, and that's how I got that look there on the back side of it. And then I did it again on the front, trying to do some little mixed media looking on the bag before I covered it with everything. And there's another one of them gold leaves. So yeah, a lot going on the bag. So I hope she'll like that. Some people really went all out and covered their bags. Very pretty. So, but I was trying to really stay with some Stampin' Up products. I wanted to see, you know, a lot of the Stampin' Up products that Stampin' Up has or has had, you know, and everything to show that. And then inside, here's what I did. I've got 2 Hershey's bars, and I covered them in that paper. Really wish they had this paper still, but they've got other papers out. I just don't have any of really the new papers right now. And then stamped out that leaf just here, and then did golding on there, and then used some of that checkered paper to make a topper. And I used one of my dies to make one of these toppers and just folded it over. Let's see, I'm trying to remember which die it was. You know what, for this one, I believe it was this Stitch So Sweetly dies. It was this one right here. And then I used a lot of these wooden elements. Like I said, they've been on clearance. I don't know if they still are. I loved those little wooden elements. But yeah, that's 2 chocolate Hershey bars in there. Before I get to the ATC, then this is just some tissue paper that I made a little bag. Had some of that paper that was left over. I cut it to make it the top so that it could be opened easily. And then I just put, this was little toppers like that, some little tags, and all that paper that she can use for projects in there. So that is that. And then here's the ATC. So here is like all my information there. And then the tag up top I made. That's again from that paper pumpkin, the little twirly thing. Some more wooden elements. All the leaves there, the gold and the mossy green. Again, it's all from this stamp set here. Or not the stamp set, I'm sorry. It's from the dies, actually. It's all from these leaves in the die set. And same with actually how I made this. This And well, let me go back to the tag. And the tag itself I made with paper, but then I used a die set. Yeah, I used quite a few different products. I wanted to show her. Let me get that out so I can show. Okay, sorry about that. It was hiding. It's called Tasteful Label Dies, and it was this stitched tag right here. And I just cut out 2 of them so that I could glue 2 of them front to back, and then cut, actually I used my crocodile, but you can use a hole punch or anything, and that's how I cut a hole in there. And I forgot I was going to put a ribbon, I thought, in there, but I never did. So I think I need to go back and remember to put a ribbon in the little hole, because that's why I punched a hole in that one. So that's how I did the top. And now for the ATC, I had one of these that was already done with the, where I had stamped out the leaves. Oh, I cannot talk today. And then I got some more cardstock, and I did the embossing folder with this one, and this is the greenery embossing folder, and I did that on top. And after I did that, then I got some Versamark and some gold embossing powder, and I just did it lightly on top, sprinkled the gold embossing powder, and heat embossed it so it would stay on there. Okay, and that's how I got that gold look behind there. And then of course the pumpkin, again, is from Pretty Pumpkins. It's this beautiful pumpkin right here. And I did a couple of these leaves here in the gold embossing powder, and did this for the bottom. And then I just added some of that real pretty lace trim, which is, oh, wait a minute, it's up here. I love this. This is so pretty. And it is the Very Vanilla. It's so light and soft. And it's just called Very Vanilla Lace Trim. So I added that at the top. But yep, that's it right there. And then some of the leftover I put on the very back there of my ATC. So that is my ATC. I haven't done a lot of ATCs or these pocket letters. I mean, the ones I've done, I haven't done in trade. I've done for like challenges like this. So I've just done a few. All right, so I got that. And then now for the pocket letter, actually this pocket letter was supposed to go to somebody else. Never did get an address. So since it did match this theme here, I went ahead, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it all up and put it with hers and give it to her. So I made it tassels, not the best because I didn't have everything I needed for it, but I just used those trims that I had and some cording twine, and I cut out one of those tags and then stamped Gathered Together. That is from that Pretty Pumpkins in the gold, and the tags are from this Tailored Made Tags, and there's all different kind of tags and all different sizes, and you even have your little tag enforcers here. So, which I did not end up using on there, and I probably should have, but that's okay. Then for the pocket letter itself, oh, and this ribbon here, this is on clearance. I love this ribbon because you can fray the bottom. Isn't that pretty? I love that look. So anyway, pocket letter here, I just got some cardstock and I stamped it out with the stamps that I had from the paper pumpkin. And there was another stamp set I had too that had the acorns in it. And it does have leaves in it too. Let's see, it's a good kit, or stamp set, matter of fact. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here it is. It's called Banner Year, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. And it has all kinds of holidays in it. So if you like a lot of different holidays to celebrate, here's a good stamp set, because it's got birthdays, Valentine's, Halloween, Christmas, fall, you know, Thanksgiving, everything. So it's a lot of fun to use. There's that little acorn I used right there. I like the little squirrel in it. But you got your pumpkin. You've also got a little thing to make a jack-o'-lantern. There's holly. There's a bat, spider web, Santa hat, Valentine's. I mean, everything. Just whatever you want. All kinds of little sayings there. So that's a lot of fun. And so that's where I got the acorn. And there is a leaf on there as well, right here. So I could have just used that leaf instead of using the paper pumpkin leaf. And then of course there's all these little sayings. Give thanks, hey there pumpkin. A lot of them I got from different, I think, paper pumpkins. On the back here, let's see, well, let me go back to the front. These were, I think these were on clearance. I can't remember if they were on clearance or not. Here's those pumpkins from that Hello Pumpkin. The little wooden pieces, again, were on clearance. And then on the back, I put one of those pumpkins here. And here's some pumpkins here. This is all from the Hello Pumpkin. I put some of the wooden pieces I shared with her, and I ended up having to put them in a bag because it kept falling out. Plus they were poking a hole through this plastic. This is from a paper pumpkin. So I wanted to share some of that vellum, and I ended up coloring it up for her to make it even look pretty in here. I shared some of these little things that I used on the front, and so that she can use those. Here's some of the leaves from the paper pumpkin, and they've already been stamped and colored and everything with the Stampin' Up inks and blended and all, so that she can use those on a project. There's some tea, vanilla, spice, perfect energy tea. That looks pretty in here, and also she can go ahead and drink that if she likes tea, or she can share it with somebody else. And then I also decorated the back, so when she takes the tea out, at least there's something on the back there. And let's see. Oh, I shared some of a good bit of those two ribbons, and wrapped it up. And this pumpkin, these pumpkins and leaves and little twirly things, that's all from an older paper pumpkin. And then I gave her two tiny little tags there. Okay. That she can use in a project. So if I get that back down in there. Alrighty. So that's everything. Oh, and then thankful for friends like you. I think that came from, yeah, it came from this, but it says, so thankful for friends like you. And I've just got thankful for friends like you. No, that's not even the same stamp. Sorry, it looks like it. That must be the paper pumpkin stamp. And that's what that is. And I just fussy cut it just like that says joy. And I fussy cut around that. So, but that is the pocket letter that I did. And then how I did everything else. So I'm hoping she likes everything. that I did for her. And that is everything. So if y'all remember to please give this video a thumbs up. Please share. Please comment. And if you're a new subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe and click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you when I make a new video. And that is all. Let me know what you think about the project. And remember to go check out Krystal Rose. I will put all of her information in the description box below, so you can go check out her channel. And when you go over there, tell her that Tammy sent you from Southern Angel Stamping. So I will see you again soon in the next video, and y'all have a very blessed day. See you again soon.